the electrifying conclusion to our definitive list of the finest games for the PS2.
But before we reveal the best, we have an obligation to create tension by stalling and telling you the worst.
But before that, we have to tell you the runner-up worst games.
Coming up in third, the lamest Japanese RPG in the history of man, Shining Tears.
In second place, the festival of incomprehensible exposition that is Dragon Ball Z Saga.
And in first place, here's the worst game ever released on the PS2. Worst game for the PS2, 50 Cent, Bulletproof. Someday we'll all look back on this era in time and pinpoint the exact moment rapper 50 Cent's career went to the crapper.
Oh!
Ah, the slow, plodding movement of Fiddy as he goes through this neighborhood, or hood, as it were. Hey, it's Dr. Dre! Doc, drive us off this video game. Sadly, Fiddy didn't have Dre or Eminem produce this game like they did his music. That's why it sucks.
Oh!
So why was this game even made? Cash, my friends. Cold, hard cash.
Okay, how much?
The worst thing we can say about this game, it's wanksta. Very, very wanksta.
Well, now that we've shown you the worst, here is the best. With the vast mature gameplay we only realized was possible on the PS2. This franchise has fascinated us for years.
But in its most recent iteration, the game presented both a huge world and a compelling story. Ladies and gentlemen, X-Play presents the single best game ever released for the PS2.
Welcome home, Carl. Glad to be back.
Boy, are we ever. When the reckless drivers and random violence of real life get to be too much, we have the reckless drivers and random violence of GTA to soothe our troubles. Of course, soothing and troubles are code words for prostitution and homicide. Nobody tell Jack Thompson. We didn't play another PS2 game as good as Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It's a PTA mother's worst nightmare and tops our list as the #1 PS2 game of all time. Rockstar's epic action gangsta sim spreads its arms wide and hugs us close to its blood-soaked bosom. Like GTA 3 and Vice City, San Andreas follows the life of a thug as he rises through the ranks from small-time hood to criminal kingpin. That means lots of painting with the urban brush of violence. The missions are mostly driving shooting, but the sheer amount of choices, nooks, crannies, and side missions create an utterly convincing world. What? Rocket packs are convincing? The state of San Andreas is modeled after California, with the faux Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Las Vegas.
Eddie, I can't deal with this guy. He's an idiot.
Yeah, I know Vegas isn't actually in California. Each area has its own distinct atmosphere and feels like its real-life counterparts.
When I was a kid, swimming off the Santa Maria, I once got a condom stuck to my face.
Oh yes, that happened to me this morning on my way to work. I love LA. From a sheer fun perspective, San Andreas pitches pretty damn close to a perfect game. I can almost hear Kevin Costner crying in his pillow. Even after we've played it, beat it, and put it away, we still find ourselves coming back. We might have completed the story missions, but San Andreas still has enough other stuff to occupy us for literally hundreds of hours. Or we just walk around and blast people like Wesley Snipes in New Jack City. This time around, Rockstar truly ordered everything on the menu.
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, one with cheese, and a large soda.
And in an industry rife with crummy acting, San Andreas actually creates compelling characters.
What it look like I'm made of? Pudding?
One of them being a Stone Sam Jackson.
Some of the finest.
San Andreas also manages to bring us a who's who soundtrack of artists that put us right back in the early Clinton years. The rap scene was exploding. Right Said Fred's sexy body won America's heart, and Madonna had yet to become a desperate attention whore.
Love me! Love me!
The authenticity of the music is icing on a cake of awesomeness, as you can see in this conveniently time-filling montage.
Here comes a nigga from the dark side, thinking about a brand new apartheid. Top Central, straight ghetto name.
In the immortal words of 50 Cent, we love GTA San Andreas like a fat kid loves cake.
Cake!
It's the #1 game on the PS2.
You just have to love any game that gives you a stoned Sam Jackson.
This convenient quality shopping list is brought to you by X-Play.
Get ready to go inside the superhero of all conventions. Comic-Con 06 Live, presented by Yaris, July 21st at 8, only on G4.